Hi, you INFJs out there and non-INFJs. I know it's dark. It's because it is like 5 a.m. The birds have not come out yet. I want to power nap and don't want to turn on the lights, so pardon me. I'm gonna make this one relatively brief. I only have 9 minutes of recording left on my phone. I have to clear out some space. So, how to speak to an INFJ? Couple things to avoid if you want to really connect with us. The INFJs are very particular, but it's not. I have to be honest with you, I don't fully understand why I feel this way. I just know that I and other INFJs struggle with this. It irritates us. I don't yet understand why. I don't know why, but I can tell you with certainty that every INFJ I've ever met feels this way. So feel free to ask it. Comment below, share your thoughts, get involved. Get involved in my channel, actually talk with each other. Don't just let me be the one talking the videos, but basically, when you say too little or too much. Oh, intuition just went off. See, now I understand this. Beautiful. All right, basically, INFJs, when you say too little, we're craving to understand you. So, too little means not enough. It doesn't satisfy us and it makes us feel frustrated when you say K with one letter in a text message. That agitates us and it frustrates us and it makes us feel like the relationship is dying because you're not giving back to us. And I know you watch my other videos for more info. Whoa, it's a very connected topic. I could go on for 40 minutes straight. So just watch my other videos, save me some time and save yourself some energy. They're categorized by title. So, saying too little means we feel like we're not receiving. And whenever you say too much, we feel like we're giving more than you are, because it takes us a lot of energy to even read text messages. Making these videos, watching TV oftentimes can be very exhausting. So whenever you send an exaggerated text message, or a very exasperated one, very long-winded, to us, we feel like after the third sentence, we should be able to have a gist of what you're trying to say. If we don't, we're going to start getting upset and frustrated. If it's important, you need to explain first. Fine, I get it. Sometimes it happens. If it's all the time, well, you're probably not going to be in our lives very long. That's how it is. Now, when you don't, here's another thing. When you don't include commas, periods, exclamation marks, we are going to get very overwhelmed very fast because intuition is very complex. And the subconscious mind categorizes and organizes information. Not having commas, period, it's very overwhelming. It's like one giant text that we are trying to dissect at once. And how do I explain this better? Okay, it's like writing us a letter, but imagine that every letter you want to write for the next month, every text message for the next 10 hours. Let's say we're having a conversation and we're going back and forth texting for 3 hours, right? Imagine an entire hour out of those 3 hours of text messages sent in one multimedia MMS message. That's basically what you're doing to us when you don't include periods, commas, exclamation marks, because you dividing your thoughts helps us process it. That means we don't burn out as fast. So, grammar. For all of you INFJs and non-INFJs, grammar is important. INFJs, you already know this. I don't have to tell you this, because you instinctively do it from a young age. That's why so many INFJs are writers. It helps us get out and organize our thoughts. That's why INFJs prefer to write their thoughts before they talk about it. It organizes our intuition. Most INFJs are not trained. They have to train themselves to sort through their NI and then talk like I'm doing right now. Most INFJs would write this video out on paper or type it out, then they'd make the video, which I used to do. But I don't need to anymore. So, what I'm trying to say is you non-INFJs, don't talk to INFJs without proper grammar. Please, it gives us physical headaches. It is very overwhelming. It is very exhausting. And yes, it does give us headaches because our brain is a muscle. And when you overwork that muscle, guess what happens? And then you're like, well, why don't you want to talk to me? Oh, we don't have the energy. You literally killed our brain, and we have to give it time. It's a muscle. We have to stop using it for a time. That's whenever we're like, all right, I can't do this right now. So INFJs, when this happens, will go into retreat. They'll say, all right, I just need to be alone. Well, we were just talking. What happened? Why can't you be a normal human being and talk with me like everybody else? Always walking away. You're so needy. No, INFJs are not needy. We're human and we have a brain. And you overworked it. Leave us alone. Yes, INFJs out there, you all done this. You know you've done this. I know you've done this. And just so you know, it's because your brain's overworked. It's a muscle. All right? You are a victim of other people's lack of understanding, and they didn't have this understanding before this video, likely. But let me make one thing clear. You're normal. You're human. Your body is wired differently. You are different. You are different psychologically. You are different physiologically because you rely on different chemicals for the brain. All right, you are different physiologically, and you are, depending on whether you're male or female, different biologically, but that doesn't really tie in here. You're different psychologically. Your brain's not wired the same way. All right, studies have shown that people with an eidetic memory, which INFJs tend to possess some qualities of, though not all INFJs, are, because INFJs I've spoken to have photographic memories. Anyways, we have more white matter in our brain. We literally have a different brain. You can hook up like EEG rays and and like do all the research. You'll find more white matter in our brains and more gray matter than extroverts. My point being, if you are not an IN dominant type, then you'll have a lot of trouble understanding INFJs on this level. If you're an IN dominant type, congratulations, you understand this video and you can relate personally, even if you're not an INFJ. So, really what I'm trying to say is, too little. INFJs don't have enough information to feel like they're understanding what you're trying to say, understanding you, or even able to carry on the conversation because to them it's reached a dead end. At this point it's small talk, and or you haven't put in the energy they put in. The amount of energy we put in to dissect your thoughts, to respond to your thoughts, to carry on a conversation, and to keep you involved in our life deserves more than a one-word response in text messages. Don't do that. If you are dating an INFJ, I can guarantee with 100%, no doubts in my mind. I mean, I can gather every INFJ on the planet, and I would literally throw down $1,000 right now. I would bet you $1,000. Actually, I'd bet you 500, not 1,000, because I'm not stupid. I wouldn't put $1,000 on the line because some people are too insecure or can't be confident enough to be honest, or they would lie because they don't want to upset people. But I put $500 down. That over 50% of the entire population on the face of the earth of INFJs. Actually, I would bet you more than 60% would voice up and say they would dump somebody within 2 years. No. They would dump somebody, within 2 years. If they responded in one-word answers, if the relationship does not involve an INFJ mentally, cognitively, and emotionally, we are going to leave you. If you're our friend, we're going to leave you. If you are an acquaintance, we're going to kick you out of our life. We're not even going to try to pursue a relationship with you. If we're dating you, we're going to let the relationship die. We might not dump you. We might dump you. We probably will. But usually what will end up happening is the INFJ, because we don't want to hurt your feelings so much, we'll let you feel the distance we're feeling first. Passive aggressiveness. All while trying to be compassionate. It's the best thing we think we could do for you in our mind. So we'll let the relationship die. Why aren't you talking as much? Just not feeling like it. And then later we'll come and say, hey, look, I don't want to date you anymore, after we've given you the time to kind of realize, oh, hey, I'm not bonding with him anymore. So we'll let you feel the distance we're feeling so that it doesn't hurt you as bad, because quite frankly we want to be done with it. You can't say too little, can't say too much, and please separate your thoughts and text messages. Give us time to dissect each thought and text first. And grammar, please, grammar.